For your cheapest and most reliable place to buy FC24 coins, check out MMOEXP.com. Link is down in the description below. Use the code WOLF at the checkout for 5% off your order. The 4-3-2-1 YouTube, it is an amazing formation because when we have the ball, we can attack in many different formations, and also when we don't have the ball, we can defend in a 4-4-2. The left centre forward will drop nicely in next to the left midfielder, making us very nice and compact and hard to break down. Check out trustdice.wing. Link is down in the description below. Enjoy 8,000 plus crypto games, up to 20% cash back, fast withdrawal system, and a 24/7 live support. You do have popular games in the casino, and you also have a live casino if you do want to check it out. Link is down in the description below. Check them out. You can also use the sports section as well, whether it be the NBA, the Champions League, the Premier League, the Bundesliga, the NFL, La Liga, anything you want. So remember to check out trustdice.win. Link is down in the description below. But then when we get the ball, the left centre forward will push straight back up into that left centre forward position. We will have the left back bombing on, giving us some support on the overlap, and we will defend in a back three with the right back inverting. So first, drop this video a like for me. And if you can hit that subscribe button to my channel, that would mean the world to me. So you are definitely, YouTube, going to want to use balanced on the defensive style. I really do think constant press, well, not even constant pressure, but mainly press after possession loss and pressure on heavy touch have been nerfed into the ground on the more recent patches. They drain your stamina way too much in terms of like way too high for the actual reward that you're getting. So like if you were to use a pressure on heavy touch, you will notice that your stamina gets drained so much, and you kind of don't even win the ball back with the press enough for it to be worth it. So that's why I much prefer balanced, a balanced style where your team presses the ball to the middle of the pitch and your team shape is neutral. I just much prefer that, YouTube, and I'm sure most of you will in the comment section as well. Let me know, actually, let me know in the comment section, do you prefer that? The defensive width, though, you are going to want to go quite narrow with it, YouTube. Yes, quite narrow. Now, if any of you don't know what the latest patch has done, it has kind of semi-nerfed the offside, nerfed the byline meta, but not completely. So it is still like a viable option to go down the byline and use cutbacks. But instead of on pre-patch, it working like 90% of the time. Now it only works probably like 30 or 40% of the time. So you are going to want to go quite narrow so you can defend the middle of the pitch. And I've gone down to 42 on the defensive width. The reason for that, YouTube, pretty straightforward and pretty self-explanatory, making us more narrow and more compact in the middle of the pitch and making us hard to break down. The defensive depth, YouTube, yes, you already know what I'm going to say at this point. You do have two options. Option number one is the option that I'm using and the option that I think is the best option in the game. That is, of course, 71 depth. Now, if any of you don't know what the 71 depth does, when we lose the ball, our team will automatically press and automatically offside trap up the pitch. But at the same time, like I said with the pressure on heavy touch and the press after possession loss with that draining your stamina, the 71 depth doesn't drain your stamina. It's actually a really weird mix. So that's why I absolutely love it. It is so overpowered and so broken. So that's option one. Option number two is the option I would recommend definitely if you are on old gen, but also if you do struggle defensively. I would actually recommend 57 depth in the 4-3-2 at this moment in time. So option number one, the option I'm using, 71 depth. I like to call it your bread and butter. Option number two is then 57 depth. But of course for me, 71 depth. The offense is build up, play and chance creation. You already know what it is at this point, YouTube. It is, of course, yes, balanced and direct passing, your absolute bread and butter. I'm going to go into zero detail of that because it is balanced and direct passing. The offensive width. Now, remember what I said at the start of the video in terms of like the latest patch, nerfing the byline meta a little bit. So because of that, I want to funnel most of my attacks through the middle of the pitch because we get the overlap from one of the fullbacks anyway. I kind of want all my players in the middle of the pitch then, apart from one of my fullbacks. So that's why I've gone quite narrow with the offensive width. I've gone not quite narrow, but slightly more narrow. So down to 45 on the offensive width for the reasons that I've just said. The players in the box, you know what I'm going to say at this point if you have ever watched the Connor Woolf Custom Tactics video. It is, of course, 7. The more players that we have in the box, the more likely we are to score a goal. Very simple when you break it down like that. 2 corners and 2 free kicks like so. Custom tactics done. Let's get into the player instructions. Now, you already know what my striker is going to be on in a Connor Woolf Custom Tactics video, and you've probably guessed it already. It is, of course, what I like to call your bread and butter. Stay central and getting behind on the striker. The stay central, pretty obvious really, if you actually read what it says. stay in central areas of the pitch. I want my striker to do that. I am not interested in a 4-3-2-1 for my striker to be venturing out wide. I don't actually want that. I want my striker to stay within the width of the 18-yard box, to gobble up chances when they come and get assists and score a lot of goals. The getting behind, pretty easy and pretty obvious as well. I want my striker to make penetrating runs in behind. It is that simple when you break it down, YouTube. Make them penetrating runs in behind for my striker. The right centre forward is then on exactly the same as the striker because of what happens when we're defending, mainly why I have my right centre forward on the same. That is, again, stay central and getting behind. I'm not going to go into too much detail because what I've just said for the striker is exactly the same as the right centre forward. I want my right centre forward in them central areas of the pitch, getting a lot of goals and a lot of assists, and also want my right centre forward to be making a lot of penetrating runs in behind. Really, it's very simple when you break it down like that. The left centre forward then, YouTube, is then a bit of a key factor in the 4-3-2-1 and probably the most important player in the 4-3-2-1 in terms of this player will play in multiple positions. So when we're defending, this player will be in a different position to when we're attacking, and that's why I think this player is the most important player. So the left centre forward only has one player instruction on, and that is come back on defence. So when we are defending, I want my left centre forward to drop in to that left midfield of a 4-4-2, making us really nice and defensively solid. But then when we get the ball, I want him to push straight back up into that left centre forward position, and that's where the direct passing really does help in terms of getting them players into them good positions. The left central midfielder hasn't ever really changed in a Connor Woolf 4-3-2-1 custom tactics video. So my left central midfielder is on 3 player instructions, balanced attack being the first one, getting to the box for cross being the second, and cover centre being the third. My left central midfielder will venture forward up into that number 10 position very, very, very nicely. I want him to do that. You will notice when you are using a 4-3-2-1 that the left central midfielder will get a lot of goals and a lot of assists for you. The middle central midfielder, think of this player like a Rodri or a Boubacar Kamara really. This player will stay back while attacking, will just stay in that middle of the pitch, get a lot of interceptions, win the ball back and then give it to the better players. So because of that, middle central midfielder, stay back while attacking and cover centre. The right central midfielder position is then actually on completely default settings, YouTube. So balanced attack, balanced crossing runs and cover wing. So as our left centre forward drops in to that left midfield of a 4-4-2, our right central midfielder will venture ever so slightly out wide to the right midfield of a 4-4-2. But then when we get the ball, as the left centre mid goes inwards, it kind of goes like that. So the left centre forward goes up, right central midfielder comes in. Then when we're defending, it goes like that. So think of it kind of like a seesaw, you know. Left centre forward comes in, right centre mid goes to the right, left centre forward pushes up, right centre midfielder comes in. Right back is then an inverted fullback, so stay back while attacking. Both centre backs, default settings, stay back while attacking, normal interceptions and stick to position. And then the left back is on join the attack and overlap. So the left back will be the one giving us a lot of support on that left hand side. And then last but not least, my goalkeeper comes for crosses and sweeper keeper. And that right there, YouTube, is my brand new updated 4-3-2-1 for you. If you did enjoy this video, you know what to do. Drop it a like for me. And if you can hit that subscribe button to my channel, that would mean the world to me. Thank you for watching. Remember, YouTube, spread the love and positivity. PMA, positive male attitude. Peace out. One love.